What's up, everybody? John McClain with FPS Outdoors here, and if you've ever had a piece of gear that you absolutely love because it's just been so reliable or so fun, all of a sudden just completely and utterly fall apart and fail on you quicker than you can keep it together, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be notified of when I'm dropping new videos like this one, where this is another prize gun review, but it's like a review update because I didn't review it when I first got it because I didn't have the idea back then. However, after some time with it, we're going to be talking about the ARV 9mm pistol from Palmetto State Armory. And as I said, this is kind of more of an update, not necessarily an initial review, but we'll get into that in the video. So let's go. Alright, so as you can tell, I've had this gun for a while, so much that I've even painted it, thrown some accessories on it, you know. I've got some M-Bus backup flip-up sights from Magpul, a Scout Light from Surefire, a Vortex Spark Solar AR, a Sylvan Arms folding stock adapter. I mean, this thing is just ready to have all sorts of fun with, right? So, initially when I got this firearm, this was a prize gun from, I think it was maybe the PCC Nationals or something like that. And, you know, I shoot JPs, the GMR-15 and now a JP-5. And the 9mm carbine style platform has grown in reliability and popularity. I mean, just exponentially, right? Like you can find them everywhere. And so I was pretty excited about getting this in because I'd never owned a pistol brace style firearm before. And I was just super excited to give it a try, right? And what I can say is that initially it was awesome. It was a lot of fun to shoot. Nice to have such a compact package, you know, with the folding stock adapter from Sylvan Arms. This thing just became a dream to shoot. It was a lot of fun. I had fun making some videos for Sylvan Arms using the folding stock adapter and stuff for it, right? Unfortunately, recently, I've had some issues, and let's talk about them. So the ARV from Palmetto State Armory ran absolutely flawless for the first like 500 or 600 rounds. And then we started running into some issues. Well, not really issues. It was really one issue, and it was the same issue. And it was failure to feed. Now, what was going on is that as the bolt was coming forward, the bullets were getting jammed up on these two corners right here. Meaning that as it would try to feed, you could see the bullet trying to feed, but it was cocked off to the side, and there wasn't enough clearance for the bullet to finish the upward momentum in order to start getting into the breech face and locking in under the extractor and all that kind of stuff. So I went online, and turns out there's quite a few people that have this issue with this particular firearm, and I don't think it's necessarily just the 10-inch model, but I think it's got to do with the bolt and the bolt design. Because people with 16 inches, 10-inch, 8-inch, all of them were all reporting to have the exact same issues. They were posting pictures and videos, and they were all exactly the same issue that I was having. Enter the internet gunsmith experts. And me, let's be honest, I kind of know a little bit about tuning guns and stuff like that, right? So I was looking at the issue. I thought I had a solution, and that solution was to simply take a little file, take some material off to kind of make the angle a little bit wider, okay? And then to round it off with some very, very fine sandpaper to smooth it off and kind of polish it a little bit. And that worked for like 100 rounds. And then I started having the exact same issue. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, John, why didn't you just contact customer support? It's a great question, and let's get into that. I have a buddy who shoots for Palmetto State Armory. I reached out to him and asked him, hey, is this a common issue? And have you ever had this happen with your firearm? In which case he said, nope, it's never happened with mine. I have no clue why it's doing that. You know, started considering buffer tube weight or buffer weights and what kind of ammo I was running and all that kind of stuff, right? But we always went back to the fact that the gun ran fine for the first like 500 or 600 rounds. Not fine, flawless. And now I'm starting to have the issue. So he told me to go ahead and reach out to customer support, which I did. I have yet to hear a response back from Palmetto State Armory customer service report concerning the issue that I've had. And it has now been 2 weeks. I have not sent a follow-up email. I feel like that's kind of, well, shitty if I have to send follow-up emails. But yeah, maybe if this is a very common issue, maybe their customer support's a little busy. I'm not entirely sure. But in the meantime, what can I say about the ARV from Palmetto State Armory is this. So far, I'm split 50-50. Because if you get a version of this firearm that runs and it stays running, then you're going to have a great firearm to go out and shoot. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to be able to do a lot of stuff with it. And the price is very, very decent, okay? However, if you get a version like I have, where after 500 or 600 rounds, it starts to fail, and like epically. Like, I'm not talking about a failure to feed once per mag. I'm talking about a failure to feed once every 3 to 5 rounds. I'd have the issue. And then sometimes the issue would be no problem. Oh, not to mention, let's cover the fact that this has happened with the magazine that came with the firearm and with brand new Magpul Scorpion mags and with Magpul Scorpion mags that are also broken in, meaning that I've shot a couple hundred rounds through them already. So across the board, it didn't matter if it was their mag, a brand new mag, or a broken in Magpul mag, I would still get the issue. And I really couldn't even like force or induce that same issue by any means necessary. Like, there were times where the gun would shoot 15 rounds, no problem, but then would start to shoot and have a failure to feed every 5 rounds. And then there were times where I would put that same magazine that was fully loaded into the gun, and right off the bat, it would start within the first or second round, it would have a failure to feed. Do that for the next 3 to 5 rounds every time, and then maybe work for the last 10. So I couldn't find any particular thing that was happening that I could put my finger on saying, okay, this has got to be the issue. The only thing I was able to put my finger on to think that this could be an issue is the bolt design. There is something about the way these angles are cut, okay, in order to get the bullet to feed into the breech face, that just isn't working. And like I said, I've got a GMR 15 and a JP5 both sitting in my safe right now that I shoot the shit out of. Pardon my language, but I literally will shoot 800 to 1,000 rounds out of that gun in one session without a single issue. Like, I don't even pull the bolt out and put more oil or try and clean it or anything like that. And the thing just runs. So, what's up? Kind of makes me wonder. As of right now, as the product sits alone, I would give the product a 6 out of 10. And the reason I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 is because I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt that maybe I just got one that is a little out of spec or something is off or whatever, okay? However, if we were going to include the customer service that I've been receiving so far from Palmetto State Armory, in that case, I'm going to drop it down to a 4 out of 10. So an experience as a whole, not just the product, but also with the company, I'm not super happy or satisfied with either. You know, I think PSA has been growing at an exponential rate. The popularity of some of their products have definitely hit the market with some force. So I understand growing pains and all that kind of stuff. However, if you've got an issue like the ones I'm seeing online, which is the exact same issue that I'm having from multiple people, and I'm talking like threads, like you hit one thread and like there's multiple people in there, but like, yep, same issue, following this thread, just want to follow the thread. Comment so I can, you know, keep track of what everyone else is saying. Maybe it's time to consider a redesign so that we can alleviate this issue, but what do I know? It's really kind of above my pay grade, which for Palmetto State Armory is 0, because I don't work for them. But with that being said, guys, if you've had any issues with the PSA ARV 9mm platform, let me know in the comments below. I'd be interested to hear what your issue is, and if you've had to deal with customer service from Palmetto State Armory, and they either gave you a very quick response with a solution, a very quick response without a solution, or no response at all, I'd love to hear from you as well. So, with that being said, I hope you guys found this video enjoyable, useful, knowledgeable, and all that kind of fun stuff. Make sure, like I said, you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell button. And with that being said, I am John McClain with FPS Outdoors, and this was another prize gun review for the Palmetto State Armory ARV 9mm carbine. Pistol. Whatever the hell it's called.